Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fran, I'm from Venezuela, and today we're going to be watching a video called 10 Things Australians Do Better Than Americans. I don't know if this is like a funny video or, it's an actual serious video where an Australian, I'm guessing an Australian is gonna be numbering the ways, in which ways Australians are better than Americans. I'm super interested to see this, so let's check it out. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, let's hit play.
I'm jabbered, just jabbered, full of beans, no doubt.
I thought they talked like us.
Does anyone else speak Australian?
Well, I know it's obviously like a joke, but yeah, Australians, it's a very different accent. If you have an American accent, it looks like you have like marbles in your mouth probably. But I'm guessing from the other side, it's also Australians are probably gonna be thinking like Americans have a very weird accent.
Australia and the US have a lot in common.
We don't have a better friend in the world, as well as the Asia-Pacific region, than Australia.
The two countries share a language,
Now to speak Australian.
a regional fondness for surfing, and even have the same mother country. There are some things, though,
It's true. Yeah, they have a point.
that Australians just do better. Number 10. Live longer. Aussies outlive Americans by nearly 41 months. They also have fewer deaths.
Okay, I have to say, like, that's actually surprising because I thought in the United States probably it had a longer life expectancy, but maybe it makes sense. They're probably like they're chiller, and stress makes you live shorter lives. So maybe because they're so chill, they can live longer.
That result from serious health problems like heart disease and cancer.
See,
Number 9.
it's probably have
Whiskey.
to do with how relaxed you are.
Hobart Sullivan's
Whiskey.
Cove French Oak Cask
I have to say, well, but they're gonna get beaten by Scotland. But I think probably they have better whiskey because a lot of Scottish people came over to Australia. Probably it's a sort of like a legacy thing, and they probably do whiskey better than Americans. Although I know that Scottish and probably like the whole South Carolina and all of that part was sort of like funded by Scottish people, but I think it's different because America had a lot of immigrants from other places, and I think Australia was mostly funded by Scottish. Like it's different. I think there were just simply like more Scottish people that came to Australia than they came to America, so it makes sense that they have like better whiskey and scotch. That was my I think that was what I'm thinking, but I could be totally off base with this.
Single Malt, a spirit distilled in Tasmania, was not long ago named the finest of its kind on the planet at the World Whiskies Awards.
Okay.
Other contenders
Single
included
malt.
entrants from the US, Japan, and Scotland. Number 8. Gender equality. In 2012, Australia was given the top spot on a list that ranked countries according to how well they supported the professional advancement of women. Factors included access to education, childcare, equal pay, and policies that deter discrimination. Number 7. Ocean pools.
Well, I have to say that United States is not a very good country for gender equality, and especially when it comes to maternal leave and yeah, it's terrible. Like, have you seen like women in the U.S.? I think they only get like 2 weeks after they give birth to get back to work. So that tells you everything you need to know. I think a lot of places would be just American in that sort of category.
Hanging out at a beach can be great, but the water itself could harbor any number of dangerous species. Australians have solved the problem by putting saltwater pools in several locales where the sand meets the sea. Number 6. Controlling.
Okay, salt water. I mean, that looks nice, and that clip looked great. I want to swim in there. That's a great idea, but actually, like, it looks so fun. That's so fun. I'm curious to see, like, if that's, is that a common thing in Australia, or is something you can only find in very specific places? Because it looks like very, very fun.
The cost of college. An American education costs, on average,
Again, America is one of the most expensive places where you can go to college. I think a lot of other countries in the world is super cheap, or at least cheaper compared to United States.
nearly $14,000 a year. Attending an institution of higher learning in Australia has a median annual price tag of about $7,500.
Oh,
Number
that's-
5.
Yeah,
the
it's
gap
really cheap.
year. In Australia, it's perfectly normal for recent high school graduates to wait a year before attending college.
I think, yeah, a lot of countries have that. I think a lot of places in Europe, a lot of European countries also do it. But I think it also really does depend on your, I don't know, your family. It depends on family life. I think I'm probably like the median income of your family, because some people cannot really afford to take a gap year. Or maybe they can, I don't know, but I would like to see like the statistics when it comes to is it middle class as students that can afford to take a year off, or is it like people that are in a higher like tax bracket?
Those who do are encouraged to spend time traveling, working, or both.
Oh yeah, I mean you can also like work while you're traveling, but there's not a lot of places that allow you to do that. I think in Australia it's easier. But if you can travel, or if you want to travel, you need money. So, you know, mm, and not everyone wants to go to college. I think, or some people maybe are some families maybe encourage their kids to like, no, if you want to go to college, like you have to start right now, just as soon as you finish high school.
Number 4. Pizza. It may come as a complete shock, but an Australian chef was named as having the best pizza at the 2014 World Pizza Championship.
I had some boys next to me that were from New York, a really famous pizzeria in New York, and one of the owners from that pizzeria was, hitting my shoulder saying, "You won, you won."
The competition is held every year in Parma, Italy, and draws competitors from around the globe.
Yeah, that was my question. Like, did they have stuff? Did they have chefs from Italy? Because I'm guessing they're gonna be pretty offended if they've seen this. But it's in the competition is actually held in Italy. So wow, that's pretty big words.
Number 3. Median wealth.
He must be like
According to a
super pro. Like he beat Italians for it.
Credit Suisse report, adult Australians have a median wealth of over $190,000, while in the US, it's closer to $40,000. These figures include retirement savings and home values.
Oh, that's a lot. So what? Everyone in Australia is rich? No, I think it's just because it's probably more expensive to live in Australia, so it makes sense they earn more.
Number 2. Building livable cities. The Economic Intelligence Unit's annual livability survey not only found Melbourne, Australia to be the best place to live, 4 other Australian metropolises landed in the top 10. No American cities made the cut. Number 1.
So yeah, Australia is like a great place to live.
Happiness. Australians have actually been deemed the happiest people in the world 3 years in a row now, among industrialized nations anyway. The US did pretty well too, coming in at 6th. What do you think Australians do best?
Well, judging by this, practically everything. They beat Americans in a lot of things. But that was really interesting. Yeah, Australia looks like a very fun place. Like looking at this, it's like I want to move like right now because everything looks perfect. And I definitely want to try those saltwater pools. But this was really fun, and I hope you also enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.